A 3-day desperate manhunt came to an end in London today with the arrest of a 38-year-old convicted sex offender who was mistakenly released from an Essex jail. Hadush Kembatu, an Ethiopian asylum seeker, was jailed last month for a year for sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl and a woman in Epping, Essex. But after an embarrassing bungle at the Essex prison where he was being held, Kembatu was mistakenly released by officers. Authorities were alerted to the mix-up on Friday when a 3-day manhunt began before the convicted sex offender was arrested in London. The father of the 14-year-old victim released an impassioned statement read by counsellor Shane Yarrell, outlining the stress caused by the assault and the release.
As a father, I am completely broken that the man who sexually assaulted my 14-year-old daughter just 4 months ago was accidentally released from prison onto the streets again. The trauma and torment my daughter has suffered since this assault has really hurt myself and my family. She was slowly starting to get some of her confidence back and has recently started seeing her closest friends and been back in school. Friday's news has caused her so much stress and anxiety. She feared seeing him again in the high road and him recognising her. I'm really worried for my daughter's mental health and well-being because of this assault. This man is a real danger to young women and children, and for him to be wrongly released and walking the streets freely just 4 months after carrying out 2 sexual assaults, only 5 weeks after being sentenced, all because of a system failure on Friday, is unbelievably irresponsible. Myself and my family feel massively let down and infuriated by HMP Chelmsford, the police, the justice system and our Labour government. They have all failed. Not just us as a family, but they have failed everyone in the country. I had to find out from a reporter that my daughter's attacker was accidentally released in the day, then be sent images and videos of him walking around throughout the day before the police even alerted her mother. Then later that day, when I attended HMP Chelmsford to seek some answers, I was greeted with hostility and complete disregard for anything I said or asked, totally disrespecting me and my family.
The father went on to demand the sex offender be deported.
I really hope that nobody else's child has to experience what my daughter has. I really feared that this could happen again while Hadush Kembatu was freely walking around the streets of Chelmsford and London over the weekend. I hope he will be deported immediately, as the longer he was roaming the streets, the more threat he posed to women and children of this country. If anything had happened to another child or female, then that would have been on the heads of HMP Chelmsford, as well as the police and the justice system and our Labour government for allowing this sexual predator and illegal immigrant back onto the streets from no one else's mistake but their own.
Outspoken commentator Dan Wooten slammed authorities, saying, as if Hadush Kembatu was accidentally released. Our leaders and the authorities are now openly laughing in our faces. They allow invaders in. They allow the invaders to sexually assault our daughters. And they allow the invaders to escape custody. I have had enough. Have you? The backlash from the mistake has forced authorities to take swift action, with Justice Secretary David Lammy confirming Kembatu will be deported.
This was totally unacceptable. I will be making a statement in Parliament tomorrow. There will be a further and full investigation into how this happened.
You say he will be deported. There is a flight tonight from Heathrow to Addis Ababa at 8:15 p.m. Will he be on that flight? And if not, why not?
It's right that he's questioned by the police following his route from Essex into London, and then of course 48 hours in which he has been basically around. It's right that we get to the bottom of what's happened over the course of those 48 hours, but I can assure you that he will be deported as he was expected to be deported. I expect that to happen this week.
He also went on to confirm that a member of staff has been suspended after the bungle and a full investigation will take place.
We know one member of staff was suspended. Will anyone else get fired due to what happened at the prison on Friday?
A member of staff has been suspended, and it's right that there is a full independent inquiry into what has happened, and I'll be announcing that to Parliament tomorrow. And going into details about that terms of reference. We need to get to the bottom of how this happened and why it happened. And of course, on behalf of the public, I want to be reassured that it won't continue to happen and that the systems that we put in place, the checks and balances, are there to reassure the public.
The stuff-up comes after months of protests outside the Bell Migrant Hotel, where Kabatu was living before being arrested. Patriots returned to the Bell Hotel over the weekend to demand mass deportations of all illegal migrants in the wake of recent events.
Thank you. The support here in Epping is absolutely tremendous. Deport illegal immigrants. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. That is what we stand for here at Britain First.